Hello and welcome to episode 38 of Happy Little Yarn. My name is Amy. I'm coming to you from Leesburg, Georgia, and this is my little corner place on the internet, I guess, where I talk about my knitting here on YouTube. Sorry about that. I haven't been here in a while. Last time I recorded was May 2nd. And I lost my knitting mojo. Got it back, lost it again, got it back, lost it again. I've been knitting, I just don't knit consistently. There's a lot been going on, but I'll talk about that in Life Yak. Today I'm wearing, before I forget, oh, this is Sunday, August 22nd, 2021. You can find me on Instagram as Happy Little Yarn. And yeah, welcome back, or welcome. I haven't done this, so I'm out of whack. Apologies. I'm wearing my shirt I got last time I went to Disney. Grumpy for Life. It's got Grumpy on it. Story of my life. Just grumpy and cranky. That's me. Well, I have FOs. Believe it or not, I have finished objects. But first, let's talk about what I'm drinking. I am drinking, this is a cup from my friend Andrea, the cat lady. And she got it for me for Christmas. It's a Michigan cup. I have several friends in Michigan, but she got me a Starbucks Michigan cup, which I love. I want a Georgia cup. I don't know if you can still get these or not, but I would love a Georgia one. But I'm just drinking black coffee, French roast. Yeah, I don't put creamer or anything in it. Wish I did sometimes, because like some of these creamers look really good, but no, I don't drink creamer. This might be a long episode. I'm gonna see something. Does it look better without glasses? I can't see, but I can see the time at that distance, but I can't see it from this distance. So let's leave the glasses on, and maybe I'll maneuver my computer screen like that so it's not so bright. I'll try my best not to slurp, but it's really hot. And I'll try not to bang my cup down, because I noticed last time I recorded, I banged my cup quite a bit. Sorry. Okay, let's talk about finished objects. I'm going to go in order, because these are not in timeline order, but they're just in... I can't see all the way over there. I have a big monitor. It like wraps. It's like... But, you know, it's so bright it's hard to see. But let's talk about what I just finished this weekend. My mom asked me for an ornament like I knitted. I think it was 2 years ago. And it was a little dress ornament for my tree, my Christmas tree. And she said she wanted a purple one with white trimming on the skirt. So, that's what I made her. If I can get it to sit right. The skirt flares out quite a bit. But that's it. And same in the back, no difference. But this is a Christmas party dress by Christy Houghton. Is that right? Yeah, she's Yarn Cafe Creations. And this purple is a Yarn Cafe Creations mini. It was a 20 gram mini. I have some left over. I didn't weigh it, but it only called for 10 grams. But I lengthened the body a little bit and the skirt, because when I made it last time, it's just not bright enough. I have to bring this back over. When I made this last time, my skirt it was just like, it just looked like that. So I made it like for rows longer. And that's how it turned out. And it's cute. And I'm going to put it on a little hanger and give it to my mom. And she puts it on her refrigerator. She has like a little clothesline of sweaters going across her refrigerator that I've made her, and like a pair of overalls. I think there was something else, like a hat. And now she'll have a dress just for my mom. Yep. And this is a pattern. You have to buy the whole set. It was the 24 Days of Christmas MCal 2. I'll put the link below. It'll be a Ravelry link, because that's the only way I know how to access it. But yeah, that's the first finished object. Second finished object is finished, but I haven't woven in the ends. But I made, this was my first attempt at a gift. And they came out extremely too big. So I'm keeping them. My daughter and I will wear them because we don't care. They are the Palmistry mitts. And you can see it's just really baggy right here. And I can't remember what the gray is. But this is Night Owl Fibers, Harry and Hedwig. I did a swap with Lisa of Knit All the Yarn podcast. And she gave me 50 grams of this, and I gave her 50 grams, well, I gave her the whole thing, just whatever. But, of Diagonally by Night Owl Fibers. But that is Palmistry. I haven't woven in the ends because I'm lazy and it's not going to be cold anytime soon, and I won't be needing these anytime soon, so I'm not in a rush. But Palmistry by Stephanie Lotven. Turned out very cute. I love them. Hi. What else? Yeah, I was going to give these to my daughter for her birthday, but her birthday's passed, and I never wove in the ends, and she knew about them already, so it wouldn't been that exciting. Boom. Pair of mitts. Finished those probably like a month and a half ago. They didn't take long. I could do this in a weekend. I could make a pair of these in a weekend, I think. No, I could make a pair of these in a week, because this ribbing right here took 4 of the evers. Okay, next up, I did another pair of Palmistry mitts for a gift knit, and I don't have them, but I do have a picture, and I'll try to insert it right here if I can find it. But they were made with Yarn Cafe Creations, was the cuff and the fingers and the thumb ribbing, and it was in the color Mascara. And then I used Bellatrix by Night Owl Fibers, which I messed up the skein, so this is how it is. And I think I got enough to do one more pair. I had 50 grams. I did a swap with Lisa last year, I think. And I gave her 50 grams of my Bellatrix. And then I kept 50 grams. And I have, let me see if I got enough to do another pair. I have this really cool little, I saw Kay, the crazy sock lady. I think that's her name. I don't watch her often, but I saw this little scale on her podcast. I was like, well, that's just perfect. It closes up and it has a tray. Let me see. For the Palmistry mitts, size medium. I had to do the size medium to make them not so loose. The first pair I think was a large, but the mediums I have 34.4 grams left. So yeah, I've got enough to do another pair for myself. And I'll do a size medium because the mediums did fit me better. But yeah, Bellatrix LaStrange. That's the name of that colorway by Night Owl Fibers. I don't know if she has it in her shop or not. She does sometimes. I don't know. And finally, I have 4 finished objects, y'all. Taking, okay, it was like May, June, July, August. It's the end of August. So let's say 4 months. And I have 4 finished objects. That's kind of pitiful, isn't it? Yeah, I agree. What is that? Oh. Okay, my friend, Misty. Hi, Misty. It was my birthday back in June, and she got me a gifty for when she went to New Orleans. And she got me this yarn. That's what's left. It's by Dream and Color Yarns. I think that's what it's called. It's like greens and purples, white, yellow, gray. But it was exclusively for the quarter stitch, which is located in New Orleans. She was over there and she picked this up for me. And it's got cashmere in it, y'all. It's 80% superwash merino wool, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. It's 200 yards, and I did measure it. I have 23 grams left. So I knit an entire hat, double brim hat, with a ponytail hole, because I like to wear a messy bun right here all the time. So I can't wear hats unless I put that hole in right there. But yep, I made it a little loose because I don't like a really tight hat. But it's a double brim, and I don't have a ponytail holder, and my hair is still kind of wet. So that's my last finished object. Yep. My hair is still wet. I'm sorry. I have to let it naturally dry the rest of the way, or else it gets really frizzy. But isn't that pretty? I love how this yarn turned out. And it was worsted weight. And I love a double brim hat. A double brim hat, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sure you do, but it's just where you don't knit ribbing. You start out knitting all knit stitches, and then after you knit, I think this is like 2 inches, so I probably knit 4 inches of just plain old knit, and then I joined it. I folded it over and I joined it as I knit the next round, and I made this little purl bump row. But it keeps it from curling up, and it looks like that. It's just all knits. It's no ribbing. I mean, it's twice as much work. Not really, because I think ribbing is twice as much work. You know, yarn forward, yarn back, yarn forward, yarn back. I like double brim hats. Let's do that. Yes. Okay, I'm already 13 minutes in, and I've already showed my FOs, so maybe this won't be as long as I thought. Let's see. Let's talk about whips now. First off, I'll talk about my sweater. I can't remember where I was when I last showed this sweater. It's the, Lord Andrew, you're gonna kill me. I forgot how to say it. Charlevoix? It's a Charlevoix. Let's just go with that. By Jennifer Beaumont. And this is what I have the whole body finished. I just need the sleeves and to pick up the neckline and do a little bit of the neck. But see, I have ribbing. It's been folded up for quite a while, so it's very wrinkly. And the body is a little short. I mean, like, it's a little short, but I think it's going to grow because it's superwash. And I think superwash grows long. So if I could get another 2 inches out of it, that would be dandy. But this is my sweater. The greenish yellow is Wax Poetic by Plucky. I think that's what it is. Plucky Knitter. It's Wax Poetic and it's fingering weight. It's superwash merino cashmere nylon. And the gray is Emma's yarn in Grayscale. And it too is superwash merino cashmere nylon. And I love it, and it's soft. And I can't wait to finish it. I was going to pick up the sleeves this weekend and work on it, but I decided to do that little dress instead, and laundry and all the other housework that needed to be done. Oh, that just reminded me, I forgot to put the chicken in the crock pot. And it's 10:30. I'm making soup tonight, chicken noodle soup. But I like to, maybe I'll put it in the Instapot, which is the same thing, except for it's a pressure cooker. I use a pressure cooker setting. But the trick to my chicken noodle soup is a secret, so don't tell anybody. I want you to try it though, because it's really good. Put just like a half a cup of sour cream in at the end and stir it in. Makes a world of difference. So good, so good, so good, so good. And I use cream of chicken in it. A can of cream of chicken just to make it, you know, richer. But anyways, sweater, Charlevoix. I guess that's how you say it. Stripes. Oh, this is the back. So, that's that. That's been sitting a while. I haven't worked on that since I didn't even show it on my last podcast, so it's been a while. Up next, I was going to show my blanket, but I really haven't done that much to it. I put a row in it. I'll just flash it real quick. I'm using row 1 minis lately. And I'm on a dark green right now, and it's called Jabberwocky. I love that name. But, oh, that's the back. Let's show the front. I'm just going to flash it real quick. I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th column. And that's as far as I've gotten on the 5th column, just 3 colors. I did a hot pink, that greenish, and now I'm on a dark green. But I need like red, like a real true red in it. It's pretty long. It's almost as tall as me. Not that I'm tall, but that's my blanket. The Northeasterly blanket by Skeinanigans. Quietly place this on the floor because it's got all those crinkly bags from row 1 minis in it. Row 1 yarns. Okay, let's see. I showed the blanket. Oh, my Vertices unite. Yeah, I was doing a knit along with some friends and they all finished. Lisa knit 2 or 3, I don't know. And I'm still on section 2. Yeah. Let's see. I'll show it though. I finished section 2. I want to get some of that cord I see on Instagram these days for putting into your work to hold it instead of leaving needles or scrap yarn in it. I want that cord. Or I guess I could just put a Chagu cord in it. I don't know. But I finished section 2. This is going to be a Hogwarts themed, a Harry Potter Hogwarts themed. I know some people are offended by that, but I don't know what to tell you. I love Harry Potter, the Wizarding World. I want to be a fancy little witch when I grow up. I don't like J.K. Rowling, but I look past that and just appreciate the story. And I have my own thoughts, and I'm not going to share them, and I'm not going to get into that, so whatever. But this is section 1. The red is Brew City Yarns, which you can't get anymore, but it was Black Cherry. The silvery gray is Antique Lace by Madeline Tosh. So that's my Gryffindor section. That's section 1. And then I went Hufflepuff next, and I did Hedgehog Fibers is the gold, and it's pollen. And sorry if I'm like shaky, but I bounced my leg. It's just like a nervous habit I have. So my entire body shakes. And the black is Malabrigo, just called black. I think that's a single ply. That Malabrigo is a single ply. So that's what it looks like so far. I think section 2 is finished. I still have it on the cords. I need some of those stoppers. I had some, but I lost them. I don't know what I did with them. But I'm going to put them on some cords. These are not Chow Goos. These are, I don't even know, Knitter's Pride maybe? They're size 4 needles, so if I have Chow Goo size 4 needles, I'm going to switch over to those, because I love Chow Goo now. Y'all, if y'all are longtime viewers, which I've been podcasting since like 2016, I think, or 17, I used to be about those Addy rockets, or those Addy needles, so I'm a Chow Goo convert. There it is. Vertices Unite by Stephen West. I don't even think I said that. Anything else? Oh, and next up, I'm going to do, this is what I'm using for the next colors. I got Hufflepuff and Gryffindor. I'm either going to pair this with Pollen to make Ravenclaw, which is Yarn Cafe Creations and Twilight. And it's Biscotti Sock 4-ply fingering, 85-15, superwash merino nylon. And then for Slytherin, I'm using Madeline Tosh on Joshua Tree, and it's Tosh Sock. So I'll pair that with probably that Antique Lace with Mad Tosh, a grayish, and then I thought if there's a section I need to do more, I might use the rest of that Harry and Hedwig like on its own for one section if it doesn't take a lot. And I know there's one section where it doesn't take a lot, and I think I'm going to be like a weird color in there, so I'm going to do this. The self-striping Harry and Hedwig, which was the gloves I showed you. These. So that's the plan. I'm gonna get back to this because I want a shawl. Lisa has been knitting all the shawls. If you don't watch Knit All the Yarn podcast with Lisa, what are you doing? Turn me off and go watch her. She's amazing. She knits like, I called her a knitting cyborg. She is part human, part knitting machine. She's amazing. I love her. She's great. And she's my buddy, so I'm biased. But she is amazing. She's an amazing knitter. But Vertices Unite. Yes, I will finish it one day. Hopefully I can cast on, I don't know if I want to do Ravenclaw next or Slytherin. We'll see. I need to look at my sketch and see how the colors will look. I'll do that. Okay, I'm not showing the bags. My blanket lives in my Naughty Knitting Sack bag. See, Naughty Knitting Sack, Katie. That's my girl right there. I love Katie. And she knows I love unicorns, so she threw me in some unicorns. Getting it on. And I don't know who made this bag. This is an old bag. I got this when I first started knitting and was serious. Studio in the Green. studiointhegreen.etsy.com. I don't know if they're still on Etsy, but you can check them out. Oh, and my Bellatrix and Palmistry mitts were living in this precious cargo bag that my friend Lisa got me for my birthday. And I can't remember who made this bag. She says it on her podcast, but who made the bag one time, or she told me. But there's no name tag, so I don't know who made it. I'm sorry. I'll ask Lisa and I'll list it below if you're interested, but it's the child, it's Grogu. It's fantastic. Okay, so I showed you Vertices Unite. I got one more whip to show you, and I'm at 26 minutes, so I'm not doing too bad. I'm glad I turned down the volume on my computer, which is right here beside us, because I'm getting notification about podcasts coming out, and my computer's very dingy and loud. Okay, next I have another pair of Palmistry mitts, and you've seen these before. Palmistry by Stephanie Lotven. And I'll show you the one I've almost finished. It doesn't have the ends woven in, and I don't have the thumb installed on it. But these are for my daughter. I'm going to try to get them finished by Christmas. She's seen them, and they fit her. But this is mustache yarn. I got the first one finished. I made it a little bit longer. And I need to put the thumb in. And I altered it a little bit because she said the arm was too tight at first, so I ripped it out and I made it a little bit wider, and then I shrunk it when I got to the wrist. Oh, and this is the colorway Yoda by Mustache Yarn. I want to make me a pair of Chewbacca ones. I have Chewbacca colorway. I think that would be great. But this is what I have so far. I'll show it in comparison. I have a little ways to go on the arm. Like the white and green stripe is left. I'll try to quit bouncing my leg. I got that, and then the hand, and then the fingers, and the thumb on both. So that's what's left. And there's the yarn and a cake. Mustache Yarn Yoda. I think you can only get this on May the 4th. So if you're interested in Star Wars colorways, check her out next year on May the 4th. Or maybe before. She might sell them the day before. I don't know. Whips are done. I want to talk about one thing. This is what I'm going to knit next. Like after I finish a few things. Am I bouncing and the whole camera's bouncing? I'm so sorry if I am. And my leg won't. My chair's all the way down, so whatever. I'm sorry if I've been bouncy this whole time. But I want to knit the Musselburgh hat by Isolde Teague. I tried knitting it as a gift earlier this year. And I was halfway through it. And somehow I dropped a stitch. And I tried to fix it. And it just looked awful. So I ripped the entire thing out. I don't remember. I think the ball band is inside here. I don't remember what the colorway is. Excuse me one moment. My camera's about to turn off. Okay. So, the colorway, I think it looks like Madeline Tosh. That Joshua tree I was just showing you for Slytherin. It kind of looks like that, but a little bit lighter, so it might not be. I think it's Madeline Tosh, though. I'll find out once I get into the middle of it again and there's a ball band. Because it feels like there's something hard in the middle of it, so I think there's a ball band in there. But that's going to be my next cast on, the Musselburgh hat. And I guess I was using US 2.5, which is a 3mm. I don't remember how many I casted on, because it doesn't really tell you in the pattern. I don't know. I have no notes. I don't have the pattern. I don't know where anything is. I'm just going to start it again. Oh, and this is in my Knit for Brains bag. Little balloon animals. And that's all knitty stuff. I have some acquisitions. I have a lot of acquisitions. Well, I haven't been buying much yarn lately. I have, but I don't remember what all I've bought. So I know I got this recently. I'm going to show you this. This is from, all the yarn I'm about to show you is Pretty Twisted Yarns from Teresa. And you can find her on, I believe she's still on Etsy. Pretty Twisted Yarns. And let's start with the minis I got. I got the Blacklight collection, and they're 75-25 merino nylon, superwash merino nylon, 92 yards a piece, and they glow under a black light. Now I don't know where my black light is. I was going to show you, but I couldn't find it. So, aren't those beautiful? And this black, I told her she's amazing. It is so hard to dye a solid black, but this is a solid black. I did not see any faded spots in this. It's amazing. I love a solid black yarn. Yep, it's 6 little mini skeins, 20 grams a piece. And then from Pretty Twisted Yarns, I got, there's a beetle in my juice, which is a Beetlejuice reference. And it's purple, black, white, and green. And it's self-striping. This is self-striping yarn. And this one is, I think, the Mrs. Claus. And it's going to be my Christmas socks for this year. And I'm going to try to knit them myself. As y'all know, Lisa knits me a lot of socks. But I'm going to try to knit my own socks this year. I might do it 2 at a time, because I know I'll lose my knitting mojo if I do it 1 at a time. This is red, pink, green, and white. And it's Pretty Twisted Yarns. And the next 2 are Pretty Twisted Yarns as well. But I had Aquila of a Lefty Knitter podcast, who is also Knitty Bow Fiber Co. on Etsy. And she cranks socks skeins, or socks for you. And I asked her if she would do a double cuff for me, kind of like my double brimmed hat, where it's not ribbing, it's just all knit and then you join it and then you start knitting down. And she put a heel in for me. So this is Murica by Pretty Twisted Yarns. Yep, Murica. And these are all on her 75-25. And I got the heel in it. I just need to pull out the yarn to where my toe is. There's going to be a lot of pulling out because I wear a size 10. That's a pretty big foot. My foot ain't that big. But Aquila also cranked this for me. And it's, Hey, You're a Crazy Witch. And she put the double cuff in for me, because I love a double cuff around my ankles. And she put the heel in for me. All I have to do is pull out the yarn and put in the toe. I love that. Look at that color. Whoa! It's so bright. I love it. So that's all my acquisitions I have to show. I know I got more. I got some birthday presents for Lisa, because her birthday was just this week on the 17th. And it was a day late getting to her. And the box was like almost smashed in and destroyed. Thank God there was nothing breakable in there. But everything I had gotten other than that was for her. I have one more birthday coming up soon I need to get on. You know who you are. I got one more birthday to get prepared for. And then it's Christmas time. Gotta start preparing for Christmas too. A needle. Where does this go? I think it's my blanket. Okay. So that's all acquisitions. Let's talk about life. If you're not here for life, thank you for joining. I appreciate you watching, and like and subscribe so you can catch me next time, which I'm going to try to be more frequent, but I'm not going to promise weekly. We'll see. I'll record when I can record, but let's talk about life. I'm going to go in order. So I said here, I recorded in May, and after that my knitting mojo kind of just was shot. So I didn't record for a while. During that time, my mental health was questionable. I think stress from traveling to work and working a lot and deadlines all the time were getting to me. So I decided to look for another job. And I applied for a job. I only applied for one, really. I think two. But I got a call back on one of them. And I got the interview. And I thought the interview went well. But I was really bummed out because, like, the interview was on a Tuesday or Wednesday. And Friday they took the posting down for the job. I was like, okay. And they said they would call me for a follow-up interview if they decided to choose me. And let me meet with the people I would be over so they can give their seal of approval. I was like, that's totally understandable. I wish a boss of mine would have done that in the past. So I got a call back even after the job posting was taken down. I was like, okay, cool. So I went in for that job interview, and it went really well. And that was the next week. And I think they called me on Monday, and I had the interview the following week on a Tuesday. So this was like a 3-week time frame, I think. I had the interview. They called me, and then the following week I had the interview again. That Friday they called me and offered me the job. I was like, okay, cool, yeah. Because where I work now is only 6 minutes from my house versus 40 minutes. I can't tell you how nice it is not to drive 40 minutes a day because I took the job. I've been working there since June 28th. It was just meant to be, I think. It's a better job, a better title, better paycheck. Not as much driving, not as much stress yet. And the people are really nice. It's smaller. It's not a hospital like I was working at before. It's a non-profit. And everybody's really nice. And I like the position I'm in. So I'm happier. I've got that change in my life. That's been really nice. I've been adjusting to that, so I haven't podcast because I wasn't for sure if I should podcast with the title I have now and the position I'm in. But I figured if I don't talk about where I work or like what I do there, it should be fine. I guess I should have asked, but I really don't see them caring. But my birthday was in June as well. I turned 39 on June 24th. Started the job June 28th. I didn't take one day off. I stopped working, took the weekend off, then went back to work on that Monday, following Monday. Everybody at my old job gave me a going away party. It was real sweet. I got sad, but I didn't cry. It was just sad to leave somewhere I've been for 4.5 years. That's the longest I've ever worked anywhere. I mean, just don't tell anybody that. I'm kind of a job hopper. Hopefully that's over with. I just haven't found the right job for me. But I think this job is decent. So, and they're going to help me study, get the materials to study for the CPA, because I'm an accountant. I don't have my CPA, but I want to get my CPA, and they want me to get my CPA. They want me to get my CPA. So I've got a year basically before I can sit for the exam, I think. It's either a year or 2 years. But I need to start studying. So let's see if my sanity and knitting mojo survives that. I'll be at this desk, looking at this computer, reading about accounting. Y'all remember what happened last year when I took like 2 years or 2 weeks of college courses in a different master's degree program? Oh my god. It was insane how insane that made me. I felt like I was losing my mind. They call me every day still at college just saying it's not too late to sign back up. I'm like, go away. But yeah, I'm going to start studying for my CPA. That'll be at work and at night and weekend thing. So it'll be on my own terms though. It's not deadlines. Except for when you first start taking the exam, you have like 18 months to finish all 4 parts. So, we'll see. Do I have any CPA friends out there watching? Any accountants? Yeah, if y'all do, you feel my pain. But my daughter just turned 18. That's the last bit of Life Yak. We went to Atlanta. We took her and her friend to Dave & Buster's and Medieval Times. And we did a little bit of shopping at Books A Million and got some food. And we came back home all on the same day. It was really fun. She turned 18. She's a senior in high school now. And I'm about to throw her in some driver ed courses because that girl needs to get to driving. I said, if there's something ever happens to me and we're home alone, you need to be able to drive me to the hospital. I mean, she could call 911, but I'm just giving her a reason. And she needs to drive. I don't have money for insurance, but she needs to drive. So we're going to do that. We're going to get her in some driver ed courses. She gets out early this year, and the situation at her school is so bad right now with COVID. There was over 500 people quarantined in her school this week. So I've been picking her up from school because I don't want, my mom usually picks her up, but I don't want my parents around the school germs. So I've been picking her up and taking her home, dropping her off, and going back to work. That takes about an hour to leave work, wait for her to get out, and then drop her off, then go back to work. It's not bad. I don't like going back to work afterwards, but it don't matter. I have to. But that's about all I have. I hope you all have enjoyed this episode. I'm glad to be back with you and catching up with all of you again. Y'all showed some interest on Instagram saying y'all would like to see me again and what I've been working on, so I appreciate that. And like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Help me get some more subscribers because I know I've lost some by not recording. I'm going to really try to be better about that. I know I say that a lot, but mental health, y'all, it's real. If you don't have a stable mental health, it's hard to do stuff. And I have no excuse. I just work, do housework, take care of a family, and knit. I'm going to start doing this on Sundays when I feel like it, because Sundays I get so depressed. And this will help me not be depressed. This will give me something to do all day, like edit, upload, record, advertise on Instagram, I guess. And that's about it. I don't know. So, anyways, like and subscribe, tell a friend, ring the bell, and may your knitting mojo be strong!